Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Debbie Ford, and we'll dive straight into a thought from Debbie Ford. She says, self-awareness is the ability to take an honest look at your life without any attachment to it being right or wrong, good or bad. Somebody, good morning. Danae, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. Self-awareness, says Debbie Ford. Self-awareness is the ability to take an honest look at your life without any attachment to it being right or wrong or good or bad. Take an honest look at yourself. There's a lot to unpack here. This statement could be loaded with a lot of judgment. Have these words ever been spoken at you, or have you ever perhaps said this to someone? Take an honest look at yourself. Annalie, good morning. Dylan, good morning. Beatrix, good morning. Hello, beautiful people. Are you able to take an honest look at yourself and not fall into the trap of self-judgment? In Buddhism, this is called naked awareness, the ability to just observe, just see, like a video camera that is switched on and it just records. The video camera doesn't have an opinion about what it should be seeing, it just records. Anthony, good evening. Hello, dude. Great seeing you. Naked awareness without looking away, without making it right or wrong. What is practical about this naked awareness? Well, let's get into it. Linda, good morning. It is awesome seeing you. Hello. Debbie Ford says, when you invoke the agent of change called acceptance, you must accept all that you are, all that you've been, and all that you will be in the future. She calls this the agent of change called acceptance. Acceptance as an agent of change. She says that acceptance is something that creates change. Colette, good morning. Hello, good to see you. From naked awareness without judgment, there comes acceptance. Acceptance of every part of you, the pretty and the ugly. How is this acceptance an agent of change? Have you ever tried to force yourself to change by constantly judging and rejecting parts of yourself? Spoiler alert, this does not work. In fact, it creates a war within, keeping you trapped in a cycle of fear and self-abandonment. But what if there was another way, a path to transformation not paved with judgment, but with radical self-acceptance? Charlene, hello, good morning. How would acceptance create change? Let's be really practical. Ask yourself this question. Who am I being while I can look at myself with love for all of me? Who am I being while I can look at myself with my arms open, having acceptance for every part of me? The answer is simple. You're not being your fearful self. You're not being your reactive self. You're not being the part of you who might be scared of the opinions of the world. You're being the strongest version of you, and in that moment you have changed. Acceptance as the agent of change. The paradox is this. When you truly accept yourself, you change instantly. You step out of the fear and into your best self. Like a caterpillar accepting its cocoon, you transform from within. You certainly don't have to only take my word for this. You've already got Debbie Ford's opinion on the same topic, but I'll add more. Renowned German psychiatrist Fritz Perls. He used to say, nothing changes until it becomes what it is. Nothing changes until it becomes what it is. Or put into different words, you will completely change when you become exactly who you are. Today's meditation journey is an invitation to practice stepping into the strongest part of you. The part of you that doesn't lose its footing in the momentary nature of the weather you're experiencing. into the truth of who you really are. The mountain with arms strong enough to hold the space for whatever experience you're having. That's who you really are. And when you become who you really are, you really have changed. You can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, then again let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Our meditation today is called I Am the Mountain. Take a moment to recreate for yourself the presence of a mountain. We have all experienced that presence. When you're in the presence of a mountain, you get a very deep knowing and understanding that this presence has been unchanged for millennia. that all around this mountain, change has constantly been happening. From the weather flowing in and flowing out continuously, to the scurrying humans around this mountain that come and go, build things and break things. Yet, the presence of this mountain has remained unchanged. Your soul, too, is a presence like this mountain. Your soul, too, has seen it all come and also seen most of it go. Yet the presence of your soul has remained unchanged. In your happiest days, your soul has been equally as present as during your worst days. Your soul has been the watcher, the witness, the observer, knowing, trusting that this weather will pass and you will step back into the presence of your soul. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. And also lean your upper body over to the right. As you lean over, feel where the edges of your back muscles are, and gently lean into those edges. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we will now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then we'll take the next few big breaths together. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly, and it invites you to follow the journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon in your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want to remind you of the presence of this mountain. Take your next big breath I want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you can be. Lean into imagination and invite the child in you to come and play. The more you're able to embrace the visualization of this mountain, the more you are giving yourself access to your subconscious, the more your subconscious pays attention. The easiest way to understand how this works is when you go from a waking state into sleep and into dream, your brain waves, of course, go down lower and slower. If you hit the dream state, your mind is able to see imagery that is not really realistic for the moment. So I want you to understand that even when we are awake, when we slow down our breathing, we slow down our brain waves. And if we can lean into visualization, we are helping our brain waves go lower, even into theta, which is a sleeping, dreaming state. And simply put, these lower brain waves, all it really does is it facilitates your subconscious paying attention to what's happening. So bring along your imagination, bring along your curiosity, and have fun with the journey. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, see your mountain from top to bottom. And it is okay if you can't actually clearly see the images. Simply opening yourself to the possibility is what's needed. See the mountain from top to bottom, fly around the mountain, and see how much vegetation is on this mountain. Is it all rocky? Is it all plants? Or is it somewhere in between? Take your next big breath. So let's zoom in on the plants of your mountain. As you zoom into the plants on your mountain, I want you to find a green sprout, something just peeking out of the soil or between the rocks. See this green sprout soak up nutrition from its environment and grow. See it grow bigger and bigger and into the adult plant, fully grown. Take your next big breath. We'll shift our attention to the animals of your mountain. And again, lean into imagination. Lean into the visualization. Even if you don't see a clear image, all that's needed is for you to be open to your imagination. Find a baby among the animals of your mountain. See how this baby is nourished by its environment, a mother or the food it eats. Watch this baby go through its life cycles and turn into an adult. Take your next big breath. Then one more time, lean into imagination and find a bird's nest on your mountain. Watch a chick hatch out of an egg. See it being nourished by its environment and growing into an adult. Take your next big breath. Now once again, sit and embody the presence of your mountain. Your mountain with arms big enough to hold all of this life we were just looking at. Your mountain sitting in sunlight, feeling its surface warmed by the sun. What is that experience like for the mountain? How does the mountain feel bathing in sunlight? Take your next big breath. And then when clouds roll in and the sunlight disappears, and then if from these clouds it starts to rain, and instead of sitting in sunlight, the mountain now is drenched in rain. Drops of rain accumulating into rivulets and streams running down the surface of your mountain. How does the mountain feel about the change in weather? How does the mountain feel that it's no longer sunny but raining? Take your next big breath. And if the sun goes down and the wind picks up, and what was just rain turns into a full-blown storm, there is thunder and lightning. Wind and water lashes the face of your mountain. There's a howling loudness around every corner. How does the mountain feel about the change in weather? Is this the first storm that your mountain sits in? How does the mountain feel when it looks around at this display from Mother Nature? Take your next big breath. And the next morning, when the storm is over, and the sun rises into clear skies, like the mountain knew it would, when the first rays of sunlight caresses the face of your mountain, how does your mountain feel about a clear, brand new day? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Today's meditation is a reminder of the strongest part of you. It's a reminder of who you are when you step into the strongest part of you. Fritz Perls said, "Nothing changes until it becomes what it is." Or said in a different way, you will completely change when you become who you are, who you really are. And the mountain is who you really are. And even as you become more and more the mountain, the strong part of you, it doesn't mean the weather will disappear. Could we ever become so good at this that the mountain never experiences weather ever again? That is unlikely. The point is just to realize we are the mountain. We can hold space for the weather to roll in and also roll out. And Debbie Ford speaks to what becomes available to us when we find a firm footing in this beingness, this mountain that we are. She says, self-awareness is the ability to take an honest look at your life without any attachment to it being right or wrong or good or bad. While I'm caught up in the weather, I'm caught up in the right or wrong. I'm caught up in the good or bad, the opinion, the judgment that I have of the things in my life. But when I am the mountain, I don't need to get caught up in the weather. The mountain can just hold the weather until it passes. And the last thought from Debbie Ford is, when you invoke the agent of change called acceptance, when your arms become open to every part of you, then you must accept all that you are, says Debbie Ford, all that you've been, and all that you'll be in the future. And this acceptance, according to Debbie Ford, is what changes you. The acceptance is what makes you step into the mountain that you are. In the absence of acceptance, we're caught in the weather. It's only when we have acceptance for the weather that we can be the mountain. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this journey to my mountain. breath in. Thank you for learning that I don't need to get caught up in the weather. I can let the weather roll in and just be the observer as it rolls out. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that even in those moments where it feels like this storm is stuck, it's not moving. The storm doesn't want to go. That even in those moments I have learned to trust. No storm has gotten stuck in the past. And the more fear I have about what's happening right now, the longer the process will feel. But I can trust that every storm passes. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. You completely change when you become what you are. And what you are is a soul having a human experience. Our work is to remember that when we're knee-deep in the human experience. Not to fight the human experience, but to remember that this soul chose to come and experience what it is to be human. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Beatrix. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Anthony. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you guys again soon. Ciao, ciao.